Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is B. Avery here for another episode of Just My Opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. And with this episode, we are talking Power, Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 5, titled Choose Your Battles. And guys, of course, let me know what you think of this episode down below. I don't want you just to know what I think. I want to know what you think too. And again, this is just going to be like a brief little rundown of what I thought about episode 5. At a later time, either later today or tomorrow, I will come back via live on YouTube to break the whole episode down with Miss Elia Cantu. And this right here will be full spoilers. So if you haven't seen episode 5 titled Choose Your Battles, I strongly suggest you turn the video off now, press pause, put it in your watch later list, and then come back after you watched it, because I'm going to go up, down, left, right, in and out as if you've already seen it. You have been warned. And man, I was not expecting this. You know, I got to be honest with you guys. This episode was okay to me at first until the very end. There was a couple of characters that was pissing me off. I want to talk about Kanan specifically and Famous. Famous was really getting on my nerve, you know, with his exchange with JUKEBOX when they was at the arcade. Or no, not the arcade, but the grocery store, the corner store. And he was like, oh, you done hit somebody? And he just screaming and yelling. And I'm just like, bro, calm down. Man, I've been trying to hit since the 5th grade or whatever. I'm just like, whoa, I don't know. That just really made my skin crawl right there. I just didn't appreciate that. And I don't know, he was just like really insensitive. But what I like about it, I think JUKEBOX is like becoming my favorite in a way, because I just like her acting foreign. We're going to be talking about that. And the way she steps to people and she's not afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like I've said in past episodes that I kind of think she's timid and shy. And I do, in a sense, and that just may be with her jungle fever girlfriend that we're going to be talking about here in a second. But when it comes to other stuff with the game itself, I mean, she's ready to throw down, pull out box cutters. You know, she will step into somebody's face and be like, and let them try to know. I can't even talk. Let them know what it is. And so what I'm trying to get at is when she was, letting Kanan know, like when they were trying to figure out who ratted out the stash house, she was like, hey, I think it's your girl Davina because of XYZ. Now, right here, Kanan was pissing me off too. I'm like, bro, you in your feelings. You don't even know this chick. This is family. And JUKEBOX is trying to put you down. But he's like, you better watch your effing mouth, you know? And I'm just like, So Kanan was pissing me off during that time, but also Famous, Kanan was pissing me off at that time, but Famous was too. But let's talk about JUKEBOX right here. When Lulu, we're going to get to the good stuff in a second, but when Lulu paid for the studio time, that was just perfect or whatever. He saw an opportunity right there and he hopped on it. He wanted to take advantage of it. He was like, okay, hey, they scrap for cash. I got cash. You usually have to pay for studio time anyway, so let me just go ahead and do this right here. Bam, and everybody wins. I like that. I was liking Uncle Lulu, a little bit better in this episode because of this. And we also got to see at the very end of this that he was able to, he was getting in, with his lady, actually at the very end of the episode. Now, talking about Lulu some more, what's up with that scrap? What's up with that fight that he had with his brother Marvin? That was silly. They just run around, scratching up the leather. I was so surprised seeing the cop roll by and be like, hey, that don't make me get out the car now. Maybe they knew who they were. Maybe they had bigger fish to fry. Maybe they just didn't feel like it. But I was surprised about it. I was like, oh, damn. You know what I'm saying? Here they're going to end up going to jail off some stupid stuff. And, it was just like kind of like, like a little silly moment or whatever. But let's go back to the very beginning of the episode. I just kind of had to get that off my chest right there. We get to, at the end of episode 4, of course, we see Rock holding up the shirt with blood. Kanan threw it under the bed. So when this episode started off and Kanan is, trying on the shoes, posing in front of the camera, trying to get all nice and tight and stuff, he wipes the blood off, goes, and it's daytime. And I was like, I wonder if it's next day. I wonder if a few days have gone by, since his mom found the shirt. And he goes downstairs and it's bam right there on the table. And she was Kanan tripping or whatever. He's still trying to lie and stuff like that. And I liked how she was able to, fish for the real answers and stuff. But she not having it. She was like, look, I don't even have the time and the energy right now, to get in your ass. Now, I am kind of frustrated because I understand that. I understand the position that she's in. I kind of just wish she would have went in a little bit harder, on how upset she was. I'm like, you're not listening to me. You could have ended up dead. She's letting him off the hook a bit too easy, and I don't like that. Now, Marvin is a different story because he's the older brother. Now, I'm sorry. I know that Marvin is older than Lulu, but is Marvin older than Rock too? Don't rip me up in the comments if I missed that. Just please respectfully let me know. Thank you very much. But she didn't really step to Marvin like that, you know. I mean, she didn't know it. What am I tripping on? She let him have it or whatever. And then Lulu let him have it right after that, talking about this N-word here or whatever. Gonna have Kanan up in the stash house with a gun to his head. You just gonna keep effing up. And this dude here just all in his feelings. I mean, he calmed down a little bit, but he didn't want to like hear nothing at first or whatever. And so, I mean, and the reason why I said that she's letting him off the hook is because at the end of the episode, she's teaching him how to cook the drugs or whatever. When he came to her talking about, hey, I want to learn, she's scoffing to me, you are your mother's son. I'm just like, man, yell at this dude or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't hit him, like push him in the shoulder or something. You know, he not on punch you in the chest levels yet, like I felt about Tariq in Power Book 2 and Power Book 1. But I'm just like, man, don't let this little dude run over you. But I can also just kind of see him emulating 50 Cent's character as well. It's really good. I like everything that he's doing with Sydney and their relationship. That's cool. That is a highlight of the show for me, myself. We also have, is his name Howard? Is that his name? Omar Epps' character. I always forget what his name is. I think it's Howard. Let's just check this out. Yep, Omar Epps' character, Howard. Man, now, his acting, I was like, first, well, he wasn't in episode 4. He was in 1, 2, and 3, and this one right here. I really was not just feeling his acting so far, you know, throughout this series, but it really came through in this episode right here with him crying in the office, you know, because he has leukemia. I think it's leukemia. Y'all can correct me if you're wrong. If I'm wrong, excuse me. And his cousins are not a match. And he's like, hey, is this like some type of, I got to get my orders together type SHIT? And she was like, yeah, if we don't find a donor. And she talking about holistic medicine and alternatives. And he's like, man, and the way he was crying on the outside, I didn't like his character before, but I actually felt sorry for him. I did. I really felt sorry for him in this episode right here. You know, so hopefully he will get some help, but we're just going to have to see, you know, him. And he's also, you know, rolling around with his partners or whatever. But let's go ahead and get to the big 3. Okay, the big 3. Number 1 is, let's talk about Kanan boxing with Scrap or whatever. Kanan, sit your ass down, man. What are you doing with all these stupid ass assumptions? You almost started off a war in episode 1 or 2 when you want to go shoot up Buck 20 with D-Weave or whatever. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Like, man, I like your tenacity and I like your drive, but you got to wear your seatbelt, man. And you out here wilding, you know, on ice roads with flat tires. Stop, for real. Oh, I know it was Scrap. I mean, bro, like, are you getting mad at JUKEBOX too? You're the one that's talking about, hey, Davina, coming outside. Oh, this is the place we just hang out. We got the water and electricity on, blah, 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 blah. If you connect the dots and get your head out your ass and listen to your girl JUKEBOX, who's your cousin, you can put two pieces, you can put the puzzle together. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. But no, you want to step on up to Scrappy when his asshole was leaking and get your ass whooped and then end up going to jail and all this stuff right here. Now, I guess the things just work in mysterious ways, because which one, you know, I'm talking about we at the big 3. And I like Scrap or whatever. I like how he handles that. And I don't want to go out of order. But I was going to say, because of Kanan's dumbass decisions, that did, you know, cause Howard to go look up some information in the computer. But we're going to talk about that in a second. But let's go back to JUKEBOX. My goodness gracious. So she getting on Jungle Fever, you know, lesbian love or whatever in bed, and they kissing and all that stuff right there. And the way they had the camera set up, I was like, oh, the mom and dad are going to walk in. And then they changed the shot again and walk in again. I mean, like, I was like, oh, they definitely going to walk in right now. And I was like, watch, JUKEBOX is going to be on top. And wow, that's what happened. And I got to say, like, the mom came in, just was like repulsed, you know, just like, oh my God. That's crazy. Now, I mean, do y'all think, be honest, do y'all think that there was a racial element to it? Or do you think that she was just disappointed that it was girl on girl? You know, I mean, well, I can understand her just being I don't like the word she used, but I can understand she just walks in there and her girl is with another girl. Now I'm not just trying to say that, hey, if you're a lesbian out there that's wrong and you live in a bad lifestyle. I'm not saying that at all. If you're gay and you lesbian, live your life, do what you do what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? It don't got nothing to do with me. But a lot of parents out there, they want what's considered, traditional, even though gay people have been gay for a long ass time now. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. It's like, I'm thinking of a coworker I had one time where she told me that her 14-year-old son was gay. And she was like, when her son came out, she was like, hey, that's cool, man. I still love you. You're if you're gay, you're gay. I still love you. And that's what's up. Always show your child that you still love them. However, I'm just curious. I don't know. But if somebody were to walk, I mean, I don't ever think a parent is going to be disappointed that their child is heterosexual. But if they walk in on their child and the same sex, I don't know if they're going to be just like, oh, like more upset that they're engaging in sexual acts or that it's same sex or whatever. Like, oh, I'm walking in and they're gay. My son is gay and my daughter's gay. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know. I'm probably butchering this thing right here, but when I was watching this, I was trying to just really understand all of the components of her mother being so upset. Was it just because, one, her daughter is at a young age in high school and about to engage in sexual acts? Two, it could be a racial thing. And three, that it's girl on girl. Like, is she just mad at one, two, or all three things? You know what I'm saying? We all know that a parent is going to be mad if they're walking in, no matter if it's boy on boy, girl on girl, or heterosexual, because their child is engaged in a sexual act. Nobody's going to be like, all right, daughter, go ahead and get in there, or son. Nobody's going to do that. That's common sense. So we know she's upset about that. But I was just also wondering, like, this is a crazy reaction. She was pissed. And I just felt so sorry for JUKEBOX as well, man, because, she was really hurt, because right before that, she was like, your parents really like me and they're just so nice to me. You know what I'm saying? And she really felt loved or whatever, especially from an outside group, because this whole series, they've been talking about the differences between, white culture and black culture. Earlier she was talking about how the white girl, I forgot her name, was saying, for some reason I think her name is Paige, but that could be completely wrong off. But I don't know. She was saying that, hey, in my community, if we like somebody and want to show them affection, we buy them stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now this episode, they're talking about spaghetti and, putting in the oven and the cheese on top. So Juke really felt loved and really, just felt valued. And to hear her mother say, she didn't say you black bee or monkey girl or nothing like that. She was like, disgusting and you're repellent. I was like, damn, that is cold right there. Father coming in, don't know what the hell is going on. I was laughing. Can somebody please tell me what the F is going on? Like, wow. And so that was, and another thing I noticed is when the white girl said, Mom, it's not her fault. Or I think she said that it's not her fault. And then I was kissing her. Her mom scoffed like, as in you don't have to defend her. I know she was on top of you, taking advantage of you, my innocent little girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, these deep-seated thoughts that people have about people really come out, sporadically, as we saw right here. And she was like, if I ever get out of my house, if I ever see you again, I'm going to accuse you of rape. I was like, wow. And JUKEBOX was just like, I'm not trying to make fun of her, you know what I'm saying? But because I really felt for her. So that right there wasn't me trying to make fun of her or whatever. And so, but yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, everybody always has an opinion about, LGBTQ or whatever. My thing is, hey, man, be you, love who you love, whether you're gay, straight, trans, bi, lesbian, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I love you all. If you love me, I got love for you, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to, I'm not going to get into all that, but, and I'm just saying that I don't want to, it's a, sensitive subject and I don't want to offend anybody with my comments earlier. I don't want anybody, misconstrue my comments, but let's get to number 3 right here, where Howard puts the information on the computer and finds out that DEFCON, I think that was his name, is not the father of Kanan, that he's the father. And I didn't pick that up. I mean, I think people, I think people was hinting at that earlier. And like the season, like maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't see that coming. And so we're just going, I wonder why she lied. I can't wait to see how that's going to pan out and develop and stuff like that. And that's, you know, so we got that right there. And I almost forgot, Scrappy is going over to the other side. I think he's just a Trojan horse. I think that Rock just sent him and be like, hey, we need to move up in the world, go over here and see what information you can get right there. And so this is supposed to be just a brief rundown, but I ran through the whole thing or whatever. But yeah, it got really good at the end, and I'm just really interested in seeing how everything is going to play out. And so you guys let me know what you think down below in the comment section as well. But guys, yeah, that is just my opinion, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brendan Keith Avery. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, all that good stuff. And that's just my opinion. Peace out, and I'll see you when we're going live.